Well, if you want to fully pleasure a woman, here's something that you should know. There's a lot more to her body than her vagina, butt, and breasts. There are other body parts that she desperately wants you to touch, kiss, and caress, but 9 out of 10 guys never do it simply because they don't know about them. Stimulating these other sexual hotspots will massively turn her on and is often the missing link to true sexual satisfaction. That's why, in this video, I'm going to show you 8 unusual but important body parts that women really want you to touch. These areas make us go wild. When you start exploring these parts of her body, you're going to send shivers down her spine and guarantee that she has a mind-blowing sexual experience with you. As a result, she'll be begging you to come back for more. With that said, let's dive into the video. Watch the whole thing carefully so that you can become the best lover any woman could have. By the end, I'll also reveal the most important body part you must stimulate to get a woman sexually addicted to you. So, pay attention and look out for that. Alright, let's get started. Number 1, her ears. Not many guys know this, but ears are extremely sensitive and can make a woman go wild. It takes more than just sweet or dirty words whispered into them to create that effect. Caressing, stroking, and licking her ears are all amazing ways to trigger sexual arousal throughout her body. Since ears are highly sensitive, you can start by gently caressing the outer rim with your fingers. Then, proceed to kiss the area or softly lick the inside and outside of her ears with your tongue. You can even bite her earlobes gently. However, make sure she doesn't get hurt, as that would ruin the experience. These actions will send shivers down her spine and turn her on intensely. In fact, if you add some dirty talk and whisper into her ear while stimulating her earlobes, it will drive her crazy. Number 2, her neck. Many experts believe that the neck is one of the most overlooked erogenous zones. The neck is incredibly sensitive to touch and responds well to gentle kisses, light caresses, or even soft nibbles. Starting from the base of her hairline down to her collarbone, your touch can trigger an overwhelming amount of pleasure. Kissing or breathing softly on her neck while gently caressing her shoulders can intensify her arousal. This area often gets neglected, but once you give it the attention it deserves, you'll see how easily she melts in your arms. The female body has many sensitive areas that are often overlooked. In fact, a recent study found that women ranked the nape of the neck higher than the breasts as an erogenous zone. The neck responds to the slightest touches, whether it's in the form of a kiss, a lick, a bite, or a nibble. This is one area you cannot afford to miss when looking for places to touch a woman in bed. Make sure you give it proper attention. Start by softly kissing her neck, then use your tongue and teeth to gently nibble along the length of her neck muscles. Find the ideal balance of pressure when biting and releasing. Too soft might not be enough, and too hard could hurt her. Once you find that sweet spot, she'll go crazy with desire. Explore this area slowly and sensually, and you'll have her melting in your arms. Number 3, her mouth. I know the mouth isn't an unexpected erogenous zone, but I had to include it because most guys underutilize it. Kissing a woman on the mouth is one of the fastest and easiest ways to turn her on. However, many men either don't do it enough, don't do it right, or skip it completely. This is a huge mistake. I've said this a million times. Sex isn't just about bending her over and ramming her from behind like in porn movies. It's not about rushing through the process. You need to take your time and stimulate her entire body. And kissing is one of the best ways to start. A deep, passionate kiss increases dopamine levels in the brain and produces oxytocin, both of which are feel-good chemicals that put her in the mood. Believe it or not, an intimate and passionate kiss can release enough oxytocin to bring her to orgasm by itself. That's how powerful kissing can be if done correctly. So, don't underestimate the power of a deep kiss. It sets the stage for everything else. Number 4, her scalp. Yes, the scalp is one of the most underrated places to touch a woman in bed. It's a great spot to begin your foreplay because it holds more than just a head full of hair. The scalp is loaded with pleasurable nerve endings, and massaging this area releases oxytocin, the same feel-good hormone we just talked about. So, how exactly should you stimulate her scalp? Here's what I suggest. Run your fingers gently through her hair, using your fingertips and nails to lightly massage her scalp. Use upward and circular strokes, starting at the base of her head and neck, and work your way behind her ears. Be gentle but firm, creating a soothing, sensual effect. Pay attention to her responses and adjust your pressure accordingly. Work your way around the scalp, forehead, and the back of her neck to enhance relaxation and arousal. A scalp massage not only feels amazing but also helps her feel deeply connected to you, setting the perfect tone for a night of passion. Making a head massage part of your routine will surely get her in the mood for a lot more. It's a great way to relax her, build anticipation, and increase intimacy. Number 5, her lower back. The lower back is an incredibly sensitive area. The back itself is riddled with muscles and nerves that respond positively to touch. And the lower portion, especially the small of her back, is particularly receptive. A sensual back massage can quickly stimulate those nerves, relieve her stress at the end of a long day, and turn her on all at once. To stimulate this area, start by gently caressing her lower back, focusing on the sacrum, the area right above her tailbone. This spot is filled with nerve endings that will heighten her arousal and get her in the mood right away. During sex, you can even turn her around and kiss her lower back while caressing it. This combination of touch and kisses will drive her wild. So, don't overlook this spot. It's incredibly sensitive and will respond well to your touch. Take the time to explore it, and she'll love it. Number 6, behind the knees. This next spot might surprise you, but behind her knees is a solid place to touch a woman. Interestingly, most women aren't used to being touched there, which makes it even more exciting. The area behind the knees is packed with pleasurable nerve endings that can evoke unexpected sensations. You don't need to do anything complicated. Just gently touching or caressing behind her knees will do the trick. It will feel great for her and surprise her in a good way, because most guys completely ignore this area. Try varying the pressure as you touch or caress the spot, and you'll notice her getting excited and aroused almost instantly. It's a simple yet highly effective move that will set you apart from the rest. Number 7, her inner thighs. Most guys overlook the inner thighs because they're too focused on getting to the main attraction, her vagina. Don't make that mistake. The inner thighs are extremely sensitive and can trigger intense arousal when touched, kissed, or caressed. Spending time on her inner thighs before moving to her ultimate pleasure spot is a fantastic way to tease her. Light touches and kisses in this area will send shivers up and down her spine. The more you tease her inner thighs, the more anticipation you'll build, which will heighten her overall experience. Take your time, and you'll notice how excited she gets. The buildup will make everything that follows even more enjoyable for her. Number 8, her feet. Surprisingly, her feet are one of the most sensual parts of her body. There are over 7,000 nerve endings in each foot, making them incredibly sensitive to touch. Massaging or gently stroking her feet can be a deeply intimate and pleasurable experience for her. Don't underestimate this spot. It can help her relax and feel closer to you, while also triggering unexpected arousal. These nerve endings have a strong connection to the brain and evoke a powerful psychological response when stimulated. In simple terms, this means touching this area will turn her on significantly. If your partner keeps her feet clean, don't hesitate to gently pinch her toes, lick them, or even suck on them. Some studies suggest that sucking on her toes can be as pleasurable as oral sex when you hit the right nerve. As with most areas on this list, the feet are often overlooked by men. Stimulating this part of her body will definitely make you stand out and show her that you know how to satisfy a woman better than most men. Now, speaking of satisfying a woman, let's talk about the most important body part you need to stimulate to get her sexually addicted to you. Interestingly, it's not one of the areas mentioned on this list. It's also not the usual spots like her clitoris, breasts, nipples, or even the G-spot. Those are commonly discussed. The most sexual part of the female body is actually her brain. For women, sex is more of a psychological experience than a purely physical one. This is something most men don't fully understand because it's not the same for them. Men tend to view sex as a physical act, but for women, it starts in the mind. Understanding this difference is crucial if you want to improve your sexual relationship. Appealing to her brain is the ultimate key to turning her on and giving her an unforgettable experience in the bedroom. When you stimulate her mind, you unlock a new level of intimacy that most men fail to reach. If you learn how to do this right, you'll ensure that monotony never becomes an issue in your relationship. Your partner will remain excited, engaged, and eager to connect with you on a deeper level. This story highlights an important aspect of intimacy that many people overlook: the importance of paying attention to a woman's mind and body, not just the visible areas. This lesson applies directly to modern relationships, where emotional connection is just as important as physical attraction. In today's fast-paced world, many partners rush through intimacy or focus solely on physical satisfaction, missing the deeper psychological connection that truly strengthens relationships. Understanding that a woman's brain is the most powerful sexual organ emphasizes the importance of communication, emotional intelligence, and attentiveness in any relationship. You should focus on being present and attentive to your partner's needs. Don't rush intimacy. Instead, take time to explore and appreciate her body while making her feel desired and valued. Engage her mind through meaningful conversations, flirtation, and compliments that show you see her as more than just a physical partner. Additionally, small gestures like a scalp massage or gentle touches in overlooked areas can deepen your connection and keep the passion alive. When you prioritize emotional and psychological stimulation alongside physical touch, you create a more fulfilling and lasting bond. The key takeaway: true satisfaction comes from understanding that intimacy is both mental and physical. Thank you for following us until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We appreciate your support and always look forward to hearing your feedback. See you next time. Good luck with your relationships.